Hello, how you doing? I'm talking about Trump's language. It's just horrible. I've never seen or heard of any president using such foul language as he has. Just foul, not only cuss words. It's so unprecedented. Um, it's just horrible. I've never heard of any president use such foul language, and you all voted for him. And then he called a reporter Miss Piggy. Um, and look, I submit this. When people call other people names, they're really talking about themselves. I submit to you that that reporter is probably eating health food because you cannot eat junk food, garbage food if you are a reporter, if you're going from here to there. So I submit to you that she's eating health food anyway. But who's really the pig? Trump is the one who's eating McDonald's fast food. He won't even get a chef from the White House cafeteria to make him some half decent food, a half decent lunch. He just asked to go to McDonald's. Okay, so who's the pig? He's calling everybody else names. He's calling this reporter Miss Piggy, but who's the real pig? He's the one that they're saying has hygiene problems. He's the one who's eating garbage food. So who's the real pig? He called Tim Watts or that governor. He called him seriously retarded. First of all, he's making fun of people with mental disabilities. That's the problem I have there. And look, who's the person who is kind of dumb? It's him. After all, and it's a pattern of behavior. After all, he paid somebody to take his SATs. Okay, so who's the real idiot there? Okay. So he just doesn't know how to run a country. Okay, a lot of people saying that. He called Somalians garbage, which was horrible. Okay, look, he says. Okay, look, I give it to him. He says some things about Somalia true. He said it's not even a viable country, which is true. All they do is kill and shoot people all day, every day. They don't farm. That's why they're starving. He's right about it. It's not even a viable country. It's garbage everywhere. It's just a mess. But the solution is not to have Somalis come over here. That's not the solution. They need to better their own country. But he's okay. I give it to him. He's right about that. But he should have called her garbage. He should have called Ilhan Omar garbage. That was very insulting. It really was. He should have done that. He shouldn't have called the country garbage. If he had said that about Central American countries, which they have a lot of countries that are non-viable. Guatemala is not viable. Honduras is not. El Salvador is non-viable. They're not even. You can't even live in those countries. Why didn't he call those countries garbage? There would have been mass protests among the Central Americans if he had done that. Even though it's true. Okay, Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador are not even, probably Mexico too. They are not viable countries. They're not even livable. Haiti's not livable. There are a lot of countries like that. Indonesia is not livable. Thailand is on its way. The Philippines definitely is not even livable. It just isn't. The Philippines is not livable. But look, I just think he should have had a better choice of words. He just says anything that comes to his mind. He don't think before he says anything. But he gets away with it. You all voted for him. He gets away with that. Bye.